By the first light of day, fishing boats are making their way back to port. It's early autumn, and on Japan's northern island of Hokkaido, the salmon season has begun. The boats have been out at sea for just a few hours, but already their holds are filled to the brim. Each year, 40 million salmon are harvested from the waters around Hokkaido to supply the smart restaurants of Tokyo and beyond. It's all about speed, rushing the fish from the sea to the market. Very different from times past when the indigenous people of Japan, the Ainu, stalked each individual salmon in the rivers of what was once their land. But this is a story not just about new methods replacing old. Hokkaido's modern salmon fishery symbolizes the conquest of one culture by another, the stripping of a people's rights and dignity. A short distance up from the coast, a very different scene. A century ago, the Japanese government took away these people's right to fish the rivers of Hokkaido. Even now, the Ainu need special permission to catch just a few salmon in the traditional way. Trucked in for the killing, nets laid so they can't escape. It's a one-sided contest. To this, a once proud race of hunters and craftsmen have been reduced.
日本人でも言葉は悪いけれども泥棒の大集団でもね、これだけ広い北海道をね、一方的に侵略してきてアイヌに一言の相談もしていないんです。どうしますかという一言のご挨拶もなし、一方的に数や力や武力に物を言わせてきているんです。
For 1,000 years, using just bows and arrows, the Ainu fought off the armies of Imperial Japan. Until late last century, when the Meiji government, in response to Russian moves in the Far East, annexed the frozen frontiers of Hokkaido. The Ainu were driven from their hunting grounds, the source not only of their food, but also their ceremonies and traditions. Conscripted as forced labor, they were even banned from speaking their own language. It was a policy of extinction by assimilation. Today, most Japanese believe that's where the story ended. If they think of the Ainu at all, it's as museum exhibits, part of the tourist circuit on a rainy day. Here at Shiraoi, an Ainu village has been reconstructed, where Ainu staff dress up to perform for the visitors. It's understandable that many Ainu try to conceal their identity. The census counts 25,000, although the real figure is probably double that. But there are more and more Ainu who will not deny their heritage. Today is called Ashia Chepnomi, the festival of the salmon. It turns out those fish we saw earlier being speared from the canoe represent a culture not lost, but reclaimed. Anointing their prayer sticks with sake, they call on the gods of fire and stream and mountain. By the riverside in Sapporo, they declare to the rest of Japan we have survived.
言い続けます。北海道はアイヌの国です。日本人よ、この辺でアイヌと対等な立場で話し合いをしましょう。これは言い続けます。